Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Sunday, February 12th. Seeing some dry weather continue through Monday morning, courtesy of high pressure overhead, with our next system arriving Monday night into Tuesday, bringing some widespread snow, gusty winds, and much colder temperatures for Wednesday. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Key points we're going to focus on today. Dry conditions will continue through Monday morning. Outside of some isolated pockets of morning fog, primarily along our waterways, be fairly quiet winds, seasonable highs, and overall a great day to get outside for today into early tomorrow. Pacific trough moves onshore Monday into Tuesday. Seeing some widespread chances for snow and gusty winds. Those gusts will be between about 30 to 60 miles an hour, with some locally higher spots in some of our down valley and downslope areas, with areas of blowing and drifting snow resulting, especially in areas that we receive fresh snowfall. A cold front on Tuesday will switch those winds from being more westerly to more northerly as cold air spills over the Montana Divide. And with that, we will be seeing some frigid wind chills starting Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening, and those will be down to about 35 below zero, if not colder, further north. Satellite this morning, nothing but high pressure in place, outside of some mid to upper level clouds and patchy, very patchy morning fog. It's going to be a great day and lots of sunshine. Satellite in the northern Pacific, outside of this high pressure ridge here, we got this upper level trough that's currently in the Gulf of Alaska. This will be shifting further east over the coming days, bringing chances for snow and some stronger winds for Monday into Tuesday. Weather outlook for the next 5 days. Outside of today's patchy morning fog concerns, mainly for tomorrow, we're going to start to see those chances for snow working in, with gusty winds beginning in the Magic Valley and South Hills for Monday night. By Tuesday, that's looking like our most impactful day of this period, so we're going to be seeing some snow, breezy and gusty winds, and as far as continued very cold temperatures starting to work up and over the divide for Tuesday night. By Wednesday, we're still seeing that breezy wind threat, but outside of that, we're going to be seeing some frigid wind chills down to about 35 below in some areas. And that will continue into Thursday, not seeing as much of a wind threat, but it doesn't take all that much of a light wind to be able to drop those wind chills fairly quickly, especially when we have single and double digits below zero. Temperatures today could be starting off on the cool side of things as you head up into Stanley, Copper Basin, Island Park, Bear Lake, and across the Arco Mud Lake Desert area, with single and double digits below zero, with afternoon highs fairly seasonable 20s, 30s to low 40s. Wind gusts today staying fairly light, maybe a little bit of breeziness up towards Blue Dome and Monida Pass, but outside of that, wind gusts less than 20 miles an hour. Temperatures for your Mondays, another cold morning in those typically colder mountain basins and across the Arco Mud Lake Desert. But outside of that, afternoon highs, 20s, 30s to low 40s. I'd enjoy these temperatures. These will be the warmest we see for next week. Wind gusts on Monday. So for Monday morning, going to be fairly light winds pretty much everywhere outside of some higher elevations of the central mountains, and those will begin to increase during the afternoon hours especially. But take a look at that dramatic increase into Monday night. So with that system moving in, we're going to be seeing lots of wind where we're not seeing a ton of precipitation. So we're going to see wind gusts up to about 55 miles an hour, portions of the Magic Valley out towards Jerome, Twin Falls, down to Sweetser Summit, and could be seeing some higher gusts approaching 60 miles an hour or higher along the I-84, I-86 junction area east of the Cotterell Mountains, where we could get some downsloping winds to accelerate onto the highway, leading to some hazardous travel conditions. Snowfall amounts for Monday, so generally going to be about, starting off the morning hours fairly dry, but by the afternoon, just some light chances up towards Salmon and Stanley. But outside of that, we're going to continue to see those snow chances overspread northwest to southeast. Generally going to be seeing some light accumulations during this 12-hour block, but certainly coupled with that breezy wind threat, there will be some blowing and drifting snow, with highest totals as you get further north up towards Island Park, the Big Holes, and higher elevations of the central mountains. By Tuesday, going to be lots of cloud cover in place, helping to moderate those temperatures out, with afternoon highs beginning to notice that drop in temperatures for your Tuesday. Highs in the 20s to low 30s, even some teens as out when you get into Mackey. Wind gusts on Tuesday, so it's going to be fairly breezy again to kick off Tuesday morning across much of the Magic Valley, lower Snake Plain through Pocatello, Burley, Twin Falls, and even seeing those gusts beginning to kind of transition to be mooring out of the north, especially along the Continental Divide where that cold front will work in. It will transition the winds from being more westerly to more northerly, and you can see that here on the second graphic as starting to see some quieter winds in this area, but further north headed up to Du Bois, Spencer, and much of Clark County. You can be seeing those gusts 50 to 55 miles an hour in that area, and that threat does continue further south. So even along our I-15 corridor for Tuesday night and down towards Sweetser Summit and the Juniper Valley headed into Utah, we'll be seeing some breezy and gusty winds in areas leading to some blowing and drifting snow, especially with all that new fresh light density snow in place. Snowfall amounts for Tuesday staying fairly light again during that 12-hour block, but with the breezy wind component that will be blowing and drifting some of the snow around. But for the morning part, it's going to be fairly quiet outside of the Magic Valley, but heading further east into the I-15 corridor up towards Island Park, Swan Valley, Teton areas, seeing the heaviest snowfall during that period. By the end of the day on Tuesday into Wednesday, outside of some light snowfall chances, dry conditions will return to kick off Wednesday. Here's a look at those probabilities for snowfall for looking at the storm. This is Monday through Tuesday. You can be seeing those chances, especially as you get outside the Magic Valley, steadily increase with between American Falls and Rexburg, looking at about a 70 to 90% chance of an inch or more. A chance of 2 inches or more, so generally seeing those chances continue along the I-15 corridor, generally about a 60 to 80% chance of 2 inches or more, with still very good chances as you head up into Island Park, further south and east, down towards Pomerelle and Magic Mountain. 4 inches or more, that will be mostly confined to the higher terrain, but still seeing a little bit of that support along the Pocatello, Idaho Falls, Rexburg corridor with about 20 to 35%. 8 inches or more will be confined to our highest elevations, but could see some of that working into the Big Holes, portions of the Southeast Highlands, and up towards the Montana border regions around Island Park. This is a look at those snow totals and liquid equivalent for Monday into Tuesday. So as far as snow goes, we're going to be seeing about 1 to 4 inches in our valleys, 4 to 8 inches up towards Island Park and in the Big Holes and Tetons, with travel impacts, it's expected further north and east, especially with that gusty wind component. Although lowering those snow totals, it's going to be producing some areas of blowing and drifting snow and hazardous travel conditions. So certainly something to keep in mind as you're headed out the door Monday into Tuesday. Temperatures on Wednesday, so temperatures will take a nosedive as we head into Wednesday post-cold frontal passage. Areas will be in the single digits and double digits below zero, with afternoon highs in the 20s to low 30s. Max wind gusts on Wednesday, so this is taking a look Wednesday morning through about midday Wednesday. Starting to see those drop off pretty quick for Wednesday night. But broad northerly winds will be racing down the Snake Plain, generally gusts between 30 to 45 miles an hour. Some locally higher spots up to about 50 to 55 and are typically more downslope prone areas, so headed out into the Birch Creek Valley and then further south and down towards Sweetser Summit and the Juniper Valley. By Wednesday evening, going to be light winds, generally less than 20 miles an hour, so overall fairly light from what we're seeing earlier in the week. Wind chills on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, generally bottoming out about negative 10 to negative 20 further north. Coldest pockets about negative 35, with warmest areas in the Magic Valley. Temperatures on Thursday, keep it with that cold air trend. Plenty of clear skies and high pressure. We'll be dropping those temperatures fairly quickly. Single and double digits below zero for most, with warmest areas around the Magic Valley, with highs in the teens, 20s to mid-30s. Wind gusts on Thursday, not looking like a huge threat for wind gusts, slightly picking up for late Thursday into early Friday, but nothing above 25 miles an hour. Wind chills for Wednesday night into Thursday morning, so this goes to show that you don't need a ton of wind to get those temperatures dropping. When we have air temperatures single and double digits below zero, all it takes is a light wind to drop those wind chills fairly quickly, and here you can see wind chills down to about negative 10 to negative 35, especially as you get up into the mountains further south and east. But that's your weather briefing for today, Sunday, February 12th. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have a great Sunday.